Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome to my channel MagnetizeOfficial. What happens when two souls are destined to meet and embark on a shared journey? In the twin flame connection, the divine feminine and divine masculine energies are the driving forces that shape the entire relationship. These energies, while complete on their own, create an incredible synergy when they come into balance. Every twin flame pair carries within them the perfect blend of these powerful energies, and when they harmonize, the magnetic pull between the two becomes irresistible. This balance not only unites us with our twin flame, but also propels us forward together into our soul purpose, a purpose often intertwined and meant to be fulfilled in this lifetime. Are you ready to step into this divine dance? Ever wondered why twin flame connections can feel like a never-ending roller coaster? To truly harness the powerful combination of divine feminine and divine masculine energies, we must elevate not just ourselves, but also the collective consciousness. Yet for many, this journey isn't as seamless as we might hope. After the initial honeymoon phase, where everything feels electric and deeply connected, many twin flames find themselves caught in the runner-chaser dynamic. This is a period where emotional, mental, or even physical distance creeps in, with one partner seeming to pull away while the other chases. This back and forth can feel like an endless loop, leaving us wondering if we'll ever break free from this cycle. Why does a relationship so divine and perfectly orchestrated feel like it's spiraling out of control? If these energies are meant to be in perfect harmony, how do things get so out of balance? In this video, I'll dive into exactly that, exploring how to identify whether you resonate more with the divine feminine or divine masculine, why these energies can become unbalanced, and most importantly, how we can restore that harmony. By shifting the balance of energies within ourselves, we can effortlessly draw our twin flame closer, creating a magnetic and easy union. Ready to find out how? But before we jump in, let me introduce you to our channel. Welcome to MagnetizeOfficial, where we delve into life, love, spirituality, and the law of attraction. I'd love to hear from you. Do you resonate more with the divine feminine or the divine masculine? Are the energies in your relationship balanced, or do you sense some imbalance? How has this dynamic affected your twin flame connection? In our community, love spreads like wildfire. We're building a vibrant network of like-minded, creative souls who are awakening to their true power and potential. If that resonates with you, make sure to hit subscribe and become part of our growing family. Let's start by breaking down the divine feminine and divine masculine energies. In every twin flame relationship, there are two counterparts. One embodies the feminine energy and the other the masculine. But let's add some nuance here. These energies don't strictly align with biological gender. Just because you're male doesn't mean you automatically embody the divine masculine, and the same goes for females and the divine feminine. These energies can reside within anyone, regardless of gender. That said, traditionally, the divine feminine is often embodied by women, and the divine masculine by men. But remember, this is just a general pattern. Twin flame connections are soul-based and energetically driven, which means they transcend physical gender. These relationships can occur between any two people, regardless of gender, and it's all about the energy dynamic between them. For those who are new to this, I hope this helps clarify the fluidity and depth of these connections. Let's dive into the key differences between the divine feminine and divine masculine energies. Think of the divine masculine as an outward force, directing and projecting energy. On the other hand, the divine feminine turns that energy inward. The divine masculine, in its true form, is decisive and takes positive action. But here's where it gets interesting. This decisiveness isn't about aggression or competition, as we might often think, especially with the way masculine energy is portrayed in the Western world. Instead, the divine masculine is firm, but not forceful. He doesn't need to prove anything to himself or others because he's confident and assured in his actions. Now, the divine feminine is a bit different. Her energy is nurturing, intuitive, and inwardly focused. She's often more drawn to spiritual matters, though both energies can be spiritual teachers and leaders in their own ways. While it's common to think of the divine feminine as the more spiritual counterpart, it's important to remember that both are on an equal spiritual journey, each bringing their unique strengths to the table. As we explore these differences, I want to be crystal clear. My aim is never to suggest that one energy is better than the other. In fact, this misconception is a big reason why these energies can become unbalanced. We've often been led to believe that one aspect of the divine feminine or divine masculine is more important or should be honored more, which isn't true. Both aspects deserve equal respect. It's only when they are balanced and harmonized that they create the powerful magnetic effect we see in twin flame connections and even on a global scale. I want to make sure that both divine feminines and divine masculines feel recognized, valued, and understood. These energies are often misunderstood and underappreciated in our society. The divine feminine, with her intuitive and inward focus, complements the divine masculine, who excels in taking positive, decisive action. When these energies work together in harmony, they truly shine. In a harmonious union, the divine feminine channels intuition and creative inspiration, while the divine masculine translates these insights into decisive, purposeful action. They work in perfect harmony, one receiving and the other acting. I'll admit, it's challenging to capture these energies in words, especially with something as intricate as the twin flame connection. I hope the essence of what I'm saying comes through, even if my words fall short. The divine feminine definitely takes action too, but when combined with the divine masculine, it creates a dynamic synergy. The divine feminine is skilled at receiving intuitive insights, and the divine masculine excels at taking those insights and turning them into action. While these energies often work separately, the real magic happens when they unite, with the feminine offering intuitive guidance and the masculine driving that guidance into concrete steps. Together, they form a powerful team, moving forward in a unified, purposeful direction. This is why twin flames often excel as business partners or collaborators in any venture. They blend these two powerful energies into a force that's truly unstoppable. To break it down a bit more, the divine masculine typically embodies logic and analytical thinking, what we often call the left brain functions, while the divine feminine represents creativity, artistry, and intuition, think right brain. Consider this. One energy aligns with the left brain and the other with the right. Just as our minds need both sides to function effectively, these energies need to be in balance for their full power to be realized. For instance, people who can't feel emotions also struggle with decision-making because emotion and decision are deeply interconnected. This illustrates how essential it is to have both emotional depth and decisiveness working together. Without one, the other wouldn't have the same impact, power, or clarity. The divine feminine energy helps us stay present and connect with our inner intuition, letting us simply be in the moment and explore our thoughts and imaginations. Meanwhile, the divine masculine propels us into action, driving us to take concrete steps towards our dreams and goals. But here's the catch. These energies can become unbalanced, leading to what we call the wounded feminine and the wounded masculine. This imbalance often stems from how we're shaped by our upbringing, societal expectations, and various influences. Nearly everyone, regardless of their role as divine feminine or divine masculine, experiences some form of wounding. It's almost a given in today's world. Understanding this helps us see why restoring balance is so crucial for our well-being and our relationships. The wounded feminine energy often manifests as desperation and neediness, where she feels compelled to prove her worthiness of love and acceptance. She may push herself to adopt masculine traits and behaviors, striving to validate her value by constantly doing and achieving. In society, many of us, especially those identifying as divine feminine, are conditioned to believe that we must handle everything on our own and can't simply receive. We're taught to be overly action-oriented and analytical, which clashes with our natural inclinations toward creativity and intuition. From a young age, we're often told that our creative, spiritual, and intuitive qualities aren't valuable, leading us to devalue these innate gifts. Instead, we push ourselves into roles and actions that feel unnatural, leaning too heavily into the masculine energy. We're trained to force things into existence rather than allowing them to flow naturally. Imagine, though, an empowered, healed, divine feminine as a magnet. She effortlessly attracts what she needs without forcing or pushing. She embodies her goddess power, making it all look easy. She doesn't need to constantly be in motion or push herself into action that doesn't resonate with her. Instead, she trusts her intuition, allowing her actions to be guided by inspiration, passion, and emotion, rather than overthinking or analyzing everything. When the divine feminine is wounded and overly embodying masculine traits, she often projects an energy of desperation and neediness, constantly pushing and forcing outcomes. This energy can deeply affect her relationships, especially her twin flame connection, which tends to bring these wounds to the surface for healing. Twin flames are unique in how they trigger these deep-seated issues, making it common for the divine feminine to become the runner when she feels overwhelmed and tries to control the relationship's timeline, rather than embracing her innate goddess energy and believing in her own worthiness. Now, let's shift to the wounded masculine. Influenced by societal programming, the wounded masculine often believes he must take action aggressively to succeed. While a true divine masculine does take firm and decisive action, he does so from a place of support, love, and genuine desire to help himself and others. His actions come from a positive and constructive mindset, not from aggression or negativity. In our society, the divine masculine is often pressured to be aggressive to succeed, with the mistaken belief that if he doesn't act with force, he isn't truly a man. He's taught to disregard intuition, whether it's his own or from his divine feminine partner, and focus solely on relentless action. This can lead him to lose touch with his true self, his purpose, and his genuine motivations. Despite being inherently loyal, the divine masculine's loyalty is frequently undervalued in today's world. We're taught to prioritize strict individualism, particularly in Western culture, leading him to view loyalty, whether to his principles, family, or divine feminine counterpart, as a weakness. He may feel that acting out of loyalty undermines his independence and personal drive. On a broader scale, our society, particularly in the Western world, tends to glorify hypermasculinity, emphasizing aggression, competitiveness, and relentless action. At the same time, it often downplays the importance of our emotional, intuitive, and spiritual sides. This collective mindset influences how we view ourselves and our actions, often leading us to embody either a wounded feminine or a wounded masculine. When we encounter our divine counterpart, they often trigger these deep-seated wounds, pushing us toward healing. This dynamic frequently leads to the runner-chaser pattern. It's important to note that this can go both ways. Many divine masculines experience being both the chaser and the runner, or might currently see their twin flame as the runner. The idea that the divine feminine is always the runner isn't accurate. The roles can easily switch between partners. As mentioned earlier, when the divine feminine becomes the chaser, it's often because she's feeling a sense of desperation and neediness, pushing too hard to make the relationship work. On the flip side, when the divine masculine is in a wounded state and becomes the runner, he might overcompensate by taking extreme actions, over-planning, being overly analytical, and even aggressive, which can push the divine feminine away. So, how do we achieve balance between these energies? When the divine feminine and divine masculine are in harmony, they create an incredibly powerful connection that can propel any goal, dream, or desire forward. It's like merging the yin and yang of the universe itself. In a balanced twin flame union,